What's cracking, ladies and gentlemen? It's that Chief Guy here, and we're coming at you with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at 5 different wall designs that you can use for your base, fortress, and whatever you want to do inside your Minecraft world. So without further ado, let's get into this. List off at number 1, we have the medieval or Dark Ages themed wall. Now this wall is based off of a polished diorite background, which is going to add and be used as the main piece or the base layer of this build. And then we're going to be taking some stone bricks and sort of tossing some stone bricks, the stone brick stairs, and the stone brick slabs, and creating some sort of crenellation pattern. You're going to see with this build, as well as many of the others, is that there's actually a thickness of 2 blocks right here. The reason for that is to add depth and texture to the build. We've also been utilizing these stone brick fence posts, as well as some standard lanterns and iron fences to add to the detailing and texture of this. And for the structural supports, we are using acacia wooden logs to allow us to actually give a complementary shading and texture to this overall medieval build. Coming in at number 2, we have the Bastion wall. Now, the Bastion wall uses a primarily darker color palette, and the purpose for this is to give it a more hellish appearance so it can be perfect for a nether base or a bastion base build. With this, we are incorporating soul lanterns, chains, iron bars to sort of give it a more darker tone and really feel like it's more of a prison or a evil place to be, if you will. We have also accented the entire build with a base layer of gold blocks. This can be expensive when working in survival. However, the nice thing is with this is that it accurately reflects the piglins' main treasure. Piglins love gold and they love to get their grimy little hands on it whenever they can. And for our detailing piece, we have also incorporated polished black stone bricks. And for our structural support, we are using these warped logs. Now, the purpose behind this is I want to incorporate some materials that you can find more commonly within the nether itself. So all these materials, for the most part, should be obtainable within the nether. Closing thoughts on this is that I really like the idea of that this isn't really a bloody looking build. It's not deeply colored with red, but instead it's a rich blackness, accented with some bits and pieces of gold and gilded blackstone. It's really something that I'm very impressed with on the look of it, and I'd love to see people incorporate this within their builds. Coming in at number 3, we have what is most likely the easiest of all of these builds to at least recreate in survival, and that would be the Japanese wall. Now, the Japanese wall is something that is very easy and clean to the eyes. There is a sense of simplicity to this that I very much enjoy. And we start off with a 2-block tall stone brick layer, followed by a canvas that is flush with the stone bricks, made completely out of white concrete. For our structural support, we are going to be using stripped spruce logs, and you'll notice that again we have a thickness of 2 blocks. Our roofing system is going to be comprised up of acacia stairs and acacia planks, and we're going to be using a lighting system of the regular lanterns again. Now, with some traditional Japanese designs, they actually really encourage the simplicity of this design, and I really enjoy the very blank canvas of the white contrasting with the dark colors and tones that are coming from the stripped spruce logs. It's really something that I want to incorporate into my builds more, and I'm very much a fan of it. So, moral of the story here, sometimes less is more. Coming in at number 4 is probably my favorite of the whole lot, and that would be the Overgrown wall. Now, this Overgrown wall will be perfect if you're ever building something deep inside of a forest or anywhere where there's a rich background of earthy tones and a lot of vegetation and leaves, or any sort of natural build that you want to create. And we can start off with using the stripped spruce logs as our support structure. And the rest of the detailing is going to be done using spruce-based items as well. As we see here, we have spruce planks, we have some spruce stairs, blocks, slabs, and then we also have a mixture of jungle leaves, which are being supported by these beautiful spruce fences. And that's to make sure that the leaves don't fall down into this lily pad lake that we have surrounding it, to sort of act almost like a moat. We're using these spruce trapdoors to actually add a little extra texture and variation, and we have a horizontal crossbeam made of the same material that acts as our support beam. I'm a huge fan of this build, and I really love using these oak trees, which I actually replaced the oak blocks and replaced them with our strip spruce logs, such that it kind of made a little more sense and you just didn't see strip spruce into oak just in one go. And I love the idea of using the actual leaves here as our sort of canopy for if we were ever to be walking along the wall's borders and sort of act as a defender against whomever might want to be attacking us out in the great wide abyss. I'd say one closing thought for this is actually the fact that we are using shroom lights in here, so every bit here is actually natural block, and these shroom lights actually grow inside the nether, inside some of the nether trees. And so this really is a very earthy, natural build with a lot of organic materials. Coming in last, but certainly not least, we have the Sand Kingdom Wall. Now, the Sand Kingdom Wall is something that is meant to be used deep within a desert, where there's the scorching heat, the vast sand, and just, it seems like endless amounts of heat waves and sandstorms after another. With this build, we actually are going to be using stripped acacia logs here because I really love the texture and color it gives. It's a little varied from our red sandstone here. However, it is still in line enough that it actually makes sense to have within the build. Now, for the base layer back here, you can actually see we have the red sandstone. This is the smooth sandstone that we're using. And then on our second layer, we have the regular sandstone. And we have some stairs here, as well as some birch fences mixed in with some acacia fences to add a little extra color and variation. Up at the top here, you can see that we actually have a little roofing system. So for any of our guards that want to sit out here and look out against the great abyss, well, they have a little roofing here to make sure that they don't get sunburned out in the scorching heat. And we have some fence posts here, as well as some upside down stairs to actually add for a little extra support so the roof doesn't cave in and crush our mighty soldiers. And then, as always, since this is a overworld build, we are incorporating some of these standard lanterns into the mix. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. If you really enjoyed what you saw, then make sure to drop a like and drop a comment as well on any other ideas that you might have for this mini midweek series. And if you really liked it, make sure to smash that subscribe icon and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a beat on any other videos that I upload. Additionally, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the good vibes and all of the great messages that I've been getting from you. It really means the world for me. And until next time, stay classy, folks. That freaking log was bothering me in the clip.